What's going on, guys? It's your boy Foodie Hideout, and today we're making vegan chalupas. Hope you enjoy it. First, we're going to start with 3 cups of flour. We're going to add those to a big bowl. And then we're going to follow up with a tablespoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan, but it doesn't matter. And then we're going to chase that by 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Once you mix that up and get it all nice and smooth, we're going to then start by adding our 2 tablespoons of shortening. With that, we're going to break it up into fine pieces until it's fully incorporated into the flour. Next, we're going to add our plant-based milk slowly. Don't rush it, y'all. We're going to keep adding it slowly until we start to get a nice sticky dough. So the ultimate goal of this is to get a dough that you can start to mold into a dough ball. So it's going to be sticky at first, but you got to keep playing with it until you get it nice and smooth, and then it sticks a little less. So if you need to, you can add extra flour to this to make it a little bit easier for you. As you can see, I kind of struggle with this, but I did get it to come together a little bit over time. So once you do that, you're going to put this away and let it sit for 15 minutes so it can firm up a little bit. Next, we're going to dice up some Roma tomatoes, followed by some onions. We're going to dice up an extra one later so that we can add this to our chalupas, but we're going to take these Roma tomatoes and these onions and we're going to put them in a pan and fry them for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes until they're nice and cooked and warm all the way through. And that's when things are going to start getting a little dicey. Next, we're going to add between 1 to 3 tablespoons of oil into a pan, and we're going to add those Roma tomatoes and onions in there, and we're going to cook those, like I said before, for about 2 to 3 minutes. You just want to get the tomatoes nice and warm and the onions kind of cooked a little bit to where they're a little bit softer than raw. Once you do that, you're then going to add your plant-based beef. In this case, I used Impossible meat. I noticed it's a little brown before I put it in the pan. It's because I had to defrost it. It was frozen solid like a block of ice. So you're going to cook that until it's nice and brown. And then once you do that, you're going to then follow up with a nice taco seasoning that you prepared in the beginning. You can use a store-bought one if you would like to. If you want to make it from scratch, you can. It's not difficult. It's just a lot more convenient if you just have the packages already made, but maybe less sodium that way as well. But once you add this, you're going to follow this up with a cup of water, and you're going to let this simmer on low heat for the duration of your recipe. I didn't show you this, guys, but I did preheat the stove with a cast iron skillet with some oil. But once the dough is set for 15 minutes, you can take that out, chop it into 8 pieces, and get ready to roll out your chalupa shells. You want to do it on a lightly floured surface and flour your rolling pin so that it doesn't stick as bad. And I do want to say these circles don't have to be perfect. You wanted to have some texture, some characteristic to it. But once you do this, we're then going to go into the frying pan and get ready to fry. Now the trick here is to put this in the frying pan for a minute. Make sure you get rid of any bubbles that have rise on the shell while you're doing it. And then once you do this for a minute, you're going to then fold this shell in half and cook it on each side for 45 seconds. So you're going to see that here shortly, and you'll see that they come out nice and golden brown. We're going to do this for all 8. It makes about 8 shells, just so you know. I think the next part is pretty self-explanatory, guys. You can make your chalupa any way you want. You don't have to put it in the same order, but you want to load that thing up and make sure it's nice and pretty when you're finished, because you're going to devour them anyway. But you put that vegan cheese up there, that lettuce, tomato. I did make a vegan sour cream, but to each their own. That sour cream recipe we may do another time. And once you do that, you can enjoy. And let me know what you guys think of this, man. It's delicious, flaky, fresh, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tune in next time because we got some more content coming for y'all. Foodie Hideout, out.